little stuffy, and I'm gonna be drinking some water here. I've got a little bit of a thing going on in my throat, which doesn't surprise me because my husband had a 48-hour flu. Might have been more like a 72-hour flu. I'm really feeling it in my throat now. And I sort of kept myself together while he was sick, because you can't have two parents sick at the same time. Oh, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Took a trip up to my mom's house on December 29th, and he wasn't feeling well on the way up. And then he doesn't sleep well at my mom's house at all. My mom's bed, he feels like the feet are higher than the head. I don't know why he feels that way. I don't feel that way, whatever. So he ended up sleeping on the floor, which is fine for him because he actually likes the floor. He's one of those people that likes a rock hard mattress. But it was chilly, and he said he couldn't find a blanket. Meanwhile, he didn't ask me, and I knew exactly where the blankets were, whatever. And he ended up waking up feeling like absolute garbage. And so he pushed through, and he sucked it up and did the adulting thing, because my mother needed us, well, him and my children, to take apart my dad's bed, because hospice was delivering a hospital bed on, so what was that, Friday? So it was like Thursday night into Friday morning. So she needed him to do that. And as soon as they got the bed dismantled, he like crashed. He went back upstairs and he went to sleep, and he slept for like 3 or 4 hours. I got him some juice. He had 102 temperature. So I waited about an hour, and then I said to the kids, let's go. Let's just pack up our stuff and do the thing, because we got to get home. I didn't want him getting my dad sick, whatever. So my dad now has a hospital bed, which is great. I checked in with my mom either last night or this morning, whatever, because it's a few days after now. And she said it's great. She can feed him and change him and all that kind of stuff. He's going to be in bed a lot more now, though, because like she couldn't feed him in bed before. It was just a regular bed. You can only prop somebody up so much on pillows, you know? So now he's probably going to be in bed a lot. But at least they can move him around so he doesn't get bed sores, because he has started to get like a little bit of a bed sore. Now that really surprised me, because my mom is very aware of all that can go wrong, right? But it's not her fault. He's spending so many hours just still. I did get a chance to hold his hand, and he squeezed my hand back. It was very deliberate too. He was like, he was squeezing my hand like this. And I'm talking to him, and I gave him a little scalp massage and blah, blah, blah. And so finally I said, Merry Christmas, Dad, I love you, and I gave him a big kiss, and he just went, thank you, which was big because he doesn't usually string words together like that. So instead of saying, I love you back, he said, thank you. And that's his way of saying, I love you, 100%. So that was good. He didn't really acknowledge my kids too much, and that's okay. Every time my kids have been in his presence now for the past 2 years, he has degenerated, and my kids have changed. I mean, they're 15 and 16 years old. They're over 6 feet tall each, so it's totally normal that he doesn't recognize them, and they're okay with that. They're not really, uncomfortable with saying that grandpa isn't really there anymore, that kind of thing. Just in case you didn't watch my last video, my father is deteriorating from Alzheimer's disease. So, okay. And my mother is dealing with it. She is a fucking rock, and she is everything that I would want to be if I was in this situation. And who knows if we are going to be in that situation. I mean, you never know. It's likely that my husband is going to be in this situation because these things are genetic. Now, a lot of times these things are passed down like from mother to daughter, but I have a feeling that whatever's going on with my dad is probably going to happen to me. I just have a feeling. So now my mother is going to get in touch with a neurologist and find out if there's any genetic markers that can be identified in us children so that we can be prepared, so that we can take the right vitamins, we can do the right exercises, mental exercises, whatever. If there are scans to do, they are having advances in technology regarding Alzheimer's specifically every single year, every single couple of months, that come out with new preventative medicines and all that kind of stuff. So just so you know, my dad has been on preventative medicine for Alzheimer's for like 10 years because they saw it coming. And they also saw what happened with my grandfather before him. Anyway, so there's update on dad. So that's fun. And so then my husband got sick, and so we had to cut our visit short. We were only there for one night. I kind of wanted to stay for 2 nights, but at the same time I didn't because Mouse. Now it's a week and a half after I talked to you guys, I think. Mouse has lost more weight. I should be weighing him, but it doesn't really matter because I touch him. I touch him a lot. I touch him all over. I give him full body everything, okay? Well, not everything. He's lost more weight. His bony prominences are much more defined. He's eating all the time. I'm now considering, I don't really have to set an alarm because he does it for us, but like 3 or 4 nights in a row, we've fed him in the middle of the night because he gets so hungry. And I feed him a full can of food at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, he's waking us up. And it's not subtle. It's like he lays on your head and bats your skull and scratches you. He'll scratch us and stuff like that. So one of us has to get up and give him food. It usually starts with him throwing up, though. He throws up when he gets hungry. He vomits sort of like this yellowish pink stuff. I think sometimes it's redder than others, so that's definitely blood. But like I said last time, there's nothing wrong with the back end. He goes to the bathroom a lot because he's eating a lot. The food just goes right through him. So I don't think his kidneys are too bad because there's as much urine as you would expect. He's not drinking excessively and urinating excessively. He's eating and pooping. And that is one of the markers, one of the traits for thyroid cancer in cats. And I'm convinced that that's what he has. And there's no treatment. There's only medications to sort of counteract the symptoms. And so we're letting nature take its course. He's in between 16 and 17 years old, we think. We don't know how old he was when I adopted him. He was a full-grown adult when I adopted him. North Shore Animal League told me that he was 1 to 2 years old, and there's no way this cat was 1 to 2 years old. There's not even any way he was 2 years old. He was definitely 4 or 5, and that was in 2010. So you do the math, whatever. And the vet also agrees with me that he's definitely over 15, 16 years old. So that's fun. My son went to the doctor because he had been having nausea, and the doctor had really nothing to say. Might be nerves, might be hormone fluctuations, whatever. We're going to go get blood work done this afternoon. So that's fun. School started for real yesterday morning. Technically 2 o'clock in the morning on the 2nd. My days are all mixed up now. Technically 2 o'clock in the morning on the 2nd is when the syllabus opened up and we were able to look at everything. And to be perfectly honest, this whole week, I thought I was going to get everything that I could get done in this first semester of school. I thought I was going to get everything done right away, first day. I'm going to take care of it, bang it out, blah, blah, blah. I have been so swamped, and it's so not normal for me to be this swamped, but it's just the stars are aligning perfectly and imperfectly so that I don't have time to study. Now I'm taking the time to make this video, yes, because I said that I would do an update on Tuesday afternoon, and that's what I'm doing. You'll probably get this tonight at some time. Okay. Already, I'm 2 days in, and I'm a little overwhelmed because I didn't have the time to preemptively do a lot of stuff. We get points for introducing ourselves into the chat, into the classroom chat. We get points on helping each other if somebody has a question, if somebody else has input, and I'm really good at that kind of stuff. And then there's quizzes and stuff like that open up at the very beginning of the week. And then you have all week long to do the required reading and then do the quiz. Now, we get as many retakes as we want on the tests. And I've been tempted to just do the tests and not do the reading first. But that's going to play with my confidence levels if I start to get really bad quizzes, grades, you know what I mean? Just to end up retaking the test. So I decided not to do that. I'm actually going to do the reading first. That's always been kind of the way that I did things in school too, in high school. A lot of times I would not study and not do homework. And then I would take a test and I would figure out what I got wrong. And I would ask for a retest, or they would offer for a retest. And then I would do the retest and I would get fine grades. So I ended up with not fine grades. I ended up with passing grades in high school because everything had to be redone a second time. I don't want to do that. I don't want to start off on that foot. I want to do it the right way. Okay. So I'm only on day 2 of school, so I don't have so much to report. This health information management stuff it's not overwhelming yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. So I'm going to just try to put one foot in front of the other and do one thing at a time. And they're very much like, advising you to go onto this little like Facebook type platform that they have for, it's sort of like their own social media for the college. And they want you to like introduce yourself there and like socialize and start study groups and stuff like that. Listen, even in person, I wasn't good at study groups. I'm not like that. So when I have trouble, I will go into that kind of thing. But for now, I am very solitary. But like I said, I've been totally overwhelmed. I just got done doing, well, first of all, my husband has a hellish week. He's going to be working about 15 hours a day this whole week. And so I had to get up at 6:30 and walk the dog. And then I had to get the kids off to school. And then I had to come back here and take a shower and get ready for work because then I had a hot stone massage from 11 to 12. And then I had to take the train and the subway and a bus home. And then I had to walk the dog again. I had to grab something to eat. Now I'm talking to you guys. I'm hoping to get a half an hour of studying in before I have to pick up Randy and take him to his blood work and stuff like that. So, and then at some point I have to make dinner. And then at some point I have to attend a 7 o'clock lecture at night tonight, 7 p.m. So day 2 of school is kind of hellish, but I'm also going to fit in something else. I'm going to be psychotic like that. I'm going to talk about the Valentine's Day collection because I love it. I've already put one into my Scentsy Club. I'm going to put another one. I'm going to put 2 of them into my Scentsy Club, but I'm only putting one into my Scentsy Club now because I need to do the half off item for my Scentsy Club. And I don't want to do another pack of cotton cleanups because I have a lot of cotton cleanups right now. So I took my cotton cleanups out of my Scentsy Club because I have like 5 packs right now. And I put Starburst Sky. Okay, so the Valentine's Day collection. I told you guys I was going to still talk about Scentsy. Scentsy is I still have wax inside my veins. The Valentine's Day collection is $17. You can't get these individually unless you put them into Scentsy Club. Now, chances are a year or 2 down the road, they're going to show up in a special holiday bundle, or they're going to be in the clearance section or whatever. We all know that, right? But for right now, that's 3 for $17, which is a deal, okay? So that's $1 off of a 3-pack, because a 3-pack's usually $18. Sorry. Anyway, usually $6 a piece is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to go from, I'm going to describe them to you, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm going to go from what I don't like to what I do like, even though there's only 3. This one, hold on, where's my glasses? And I'm about to look like Mr. Bauer. So now if anybody watches me from high school, who went to high school with me, you can tell these are Mr. Bauer glasses. He was social studies. And he just retired. He's 82 years old. Somebody sent me a link. I was like, that fucker's still working? Anyway, okay. So Pink Sunshine is my least favorite, even though I liked it a lot. And I actually thought it was going to be my favorite. Pink Sunshine is described as lush pear and plum, cozy up with cashmere and a glass of rose milk. Now, you guys know I love rose. In fact, Simply Rose is in my Scentsy Club. I'm getting my Scentsy Club next week for the first time in 6 months because I skipped it twice. In other words, I lost a lot of things from my Scentsy Club. But it's okay. I have so much wax in this house. It's crazy. I thought Pink Sunshine was going to be my favorite because I absolutely love pear. I absolutely love cashmere. I absolutely love rose. But it was a little too floral. It kind of came and went. It didn't last as long as I wanted it to. And the cashmere kind of muddied up the plum. Didn't like it so much. Oh, which one is my favorite? I don't know. Starburst Sky is fantastic. Starburst Sky reminds me so much of Sugar. If you're familiar with the fragrance Sugar, and then I am always singing the Maroon 5 song. Anyway, Sugar is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Sweet Apple. I don't smell apple. Sweet Apple mesmerized by whipped vanilla and creamy coconut clouds against an amber blossom sunset. So I smell a lot of amber. And it's very sweet. It smells like the wax sugar. I absolutely loved it. It lasted days in my bedroom. I only warmed 4, I don't know why I did it that way. Oh my God, anybody triggered from their OCD? I only warmed 4 cubes in my bedroom and it lasted for 3 days. Fantastic. In fact, I'm going to put this in my bedroom tonight. Favorite out of the 3, I think, was Clementine Blossom, believe it or not. I'm not usually a citrus person. Clementine Blossom is described as golden citrus surprises pink nectar with a sugar blossom treat. So in the clamshell, I was like, okay, this isn't so great. It's just whatever. It kind of smells a little bit like sun-kissed citrus. Not a very strong, not a very tart citrus. I know the glare is terrible. But holy shit, this had a lingering perfume thing that knocked my socks off. About 6 to 10 hours after I put it into the warmers, it turned into perfume. And it turned into like the most amazing perfume. Now, where is it? Sugar blossom, golden citrus, pink nectar. I don't know. Those are the 3 notes. And I don't know where this perfume comes from. But man, I love this one. I like this one for the lasting power, the drawn out, the lingering thing, the changing as it goes, that kind of thing. Clementine Blossom is fantastic. So these 3 are a hit, in my opinion. This one, if you feel the same as I do, maybe try mixing pink Starburst Sky and pink Sunshine together. But that would muddy this up. I really like the Starburst Sky. Funny enough, yeah, I went through this whole thing because I was just kind of trying to get rid of it. Yeah, the pink Sunshine is that's not gonna be a repurchase for me. Although I do have 2 bundles on their way to my house because I had to close out a party, and all of a sudden I had 6 half price items. So now the month of January, Scentsy is doubling all of the half offs if you're closing out a party. So I was closing out a party. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day, and I'm like half asleep, and I'm doing this thing, and all of a sudden there's 6 half-off items, and I'm just like, all of a sudden at 3 o'clock in the morning, I have to decide on 6 things. I was like, all right, give me some more wax. You can always use some more wax. But the Valentine's Day collection also has a fragrance flower. So that's like the Sola Wood, the reed kind of concept air freshener thing, where it's a flower. Okay, and you put the tip of the flower, or the stem of the flower, into the oil, and then it slowly comes out. And they made it in pink Sunshine. I did order one. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to be great, perfect in the bathroom. But they actually made the oil red, so the flower is going to be pink. That's the first time they've ever done that. We can do that ourselves. I do that all the time. I put a couple of drops of food coloring into the oil, and then it bleeds into this wood flower thing. It smells fabulous. And now that I don't have as many cats, I won't have cat hair all over my fragrance flowers, because that's usual. That's like the usual thing, is that they get covered in cat hair. So I'm looking forward to that. The only fragrance they had was Pink Sunshine. I'm really bummed out that they didn't have it in the Starburst Sky. But I also got all the pods. They had the pods in these 2, but not the orange one. I don't know why they didn't do extra stuff with the orange, with the citrus blossom thing, because it's Clementine Blossom, because this one was fabulous. Anyway, all right, I'm obviously losing my voice here. So I'm gonna go. That's my sort of weekly vlog, whatever it is, as a 50-year-old who's starting school again after 30-something years of not being in school, 33 years of not being in school. Well, that was high school, and then massage school was 30 years ago. So yeah. So anyway, I'm a student now. Oh my God. If anybody has any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them in the comments. Talk to you later.